fishy deals. The other mission.
Oh yeah, you're
Clueless,
talking
right?
Clueless, yeah.
Gotta be some kind of madman to do it during fishy deals.
It'd just be stupid, it's a simple truth. You'd be skipping 4 fish, I think, is on that area.
Maybe.
It'll give you the get up and go. You need to do all the pathetic stuff you have to do. Try to improve Buzz Cola.
That's one of those strats that doesn't look that hard, but for some reason is way harder than it looks. I don't think I've gotten it a single time with a school bus when I was practicing it.
Yeah, it's a very difficult strat. It's a lot easier to do during Part 2 because you have a significantly faster car. Now we're going to be starting off Cola Caper, standard, Homer's seen an advertisement, commercialism is taken over, and he's just gotta go grab some Buzz Cola.
All he wants is a cola. Just one cola.
I know that's how I feel after every advertisement I ever see. Just ravenous for products.
And he's gotta get some mini pie ice cream as well. Because he ate all of it already.
No, I'm pretty sure that was one of their kids, Millhouse, yeah. And we're gonna see pretty much perfect synchronicity from the two in this area because there's not much time you can lose, although Vapo is quite slow during Cola Caper.
Yeah, you can all... At this level, you're only going to be losing like a second or whatnot. It depends on like the boosts you get off of the ledges and stuff. And traffic. Well, I don't know. I think most of the runners have the traffic memorized on these 2 missions.
It's not quite memorized. It is random patterns, but there's general positions because there's only a certain number of cars that can exist at any one given time, which is why there's some place where you can actually get crashes where that doesn't happen. But yeah, so traffic is difficult. You can manipulate it, of course. And moving into Petty Theft Homer, this is probably the first mission where you start to see a significant gap between the top runners and the kind of mid to low tier runners. Because everything's quite slow, but the issue is, so is the acceleration. So if you lose speed, you've lost that speed. You're not going to get it back for a while. So maintaining speed is very important in Homer 1. It's deceptively difficult to go quickly in.
This is also the first mission where traffic really starts to actually get in your way because you have to drive through a lot of it.
Indeed.
So you really got to learn how to, like, where to reset the traffic in all the right spots. If you're inexperienced, you might end up having to go around a lot of traffic and it wastes more time than you'd think.
And how would one reset the traffic case?
By looking backwards. It's a little finicky sometimes, but for some reason, sometimes changing cameras, especially looking backwards, tends to reset traffic patterns in certain spots.
Homer just has to find the inhaler, which of course, logically, is on top of the dump truck. But the reason for the resetting traffic is because this game essentially has no object permanence. So if you're not looking at something, it doesn't exist. Although if something is close enough to you, in proximity, it does still exist. So you have to sort of balance out like when you flick the camera back and back and front. Technically speaking, it's not a despawn, it's just a respawn. You kind of roll the dice again for traffic. And they're both going to be attempting to park far enough away from Ned so that their car does not despawn. And also jump at the mission complete because that skips an animation in which Homer celebrates having done the very easy mission.
Also, I noticed neither of them went for backyard coins. Where do they get it normally now?
Oh no! That's changed. It's moved to Bone Storm, which is
already
the 6th mission.
Fallen behind on the new strats. I'm already washed up.
And now we're on Lenny Push. Basically, Lenny is the mission trigger.
Beautiful
and
Lenny Push from Cyther.
Barney has the car we require. So instead of talking to Lenny, going to Barney, that's slow. Instead, we decide to commit potential murder by running over Lenny.
And then more murder by killing Mr. Smithers.
Oop, both of them getting minivan. They will attempt to pick up a traffic car because they are both either as fast or faster, than the family sedan, and the minivan is significantly tougher. So in this destruction, it'll be very easy. Personally, I prefer the pickup truck because it's a bit more forgiving on your setup, but the minivan is significantly better as far as the actual destruction, and Cyther has a very good setup here.
Yep.
We'll see how Vapo goes.
Yeah, for anyone not aware, this is probably the first tricky strat in the game. Well, it's the first actual strat you gotta pull off besides like Lenny Push. Both of them got it pretty good.
And if you're having a bit of difficulty with it, my advice to you would be ensure that you hit the wall first, because it sort of forces Smithers in. Because if he hits it first, he can sometimes just hit it dead on perpendicular and just get trapped.
Now it's time for one of the lovely platforming missions, of which there's only a few in the game.
I don't think Cyther went for button push there. I looked away for a split second, but I'm pretty sure he didn't go for it. Both runners not going for button jump.
Not a huge time save, but
I'd say the cycles are just slightly off when you don't do button jump, but it does require you to get button jump first time. If you get button jump second time, you're going to be on the same cycle as you would be had you not attempted it. We'll see if either runner goes for scorpion strats.
Oh, I'll be surprised.
Cyther not going for scorpion strats. Very disappointed. There might be a sting in the tail of this run.
They always strike back when you least expect it.
Neither runners on scorpions.
It's an equal game now. Oh yeah, first unskippable, besides the intro, first unskippable cutscene in the game.
These miniature cameras are an outrage. Spying on our women's dressing rooms, bathrooms, and locker rooms is unforgivable. I think I speak for all Springfielders when I say, where is the sexy footage?
I think deep down we're all asking ourselves that question. Where is the sexy footage?
Marge, that black van is spying on us.
Quickly, Kate's impression.
You're so
Go for it.
sexy when you're paranoid.
I've never done a Marge impression before.
Pitch isn't too difficult. The throat is impossible. Now both
I don't
runners
have
will
the kind of voice for that.
Both runners will be pausing as soon as the mission begins because it stops the van from going backwards before going forwards. I'm just glad now, just between me and you, chat, that I have now established that Capes will do impressions on request from me.
I don't know if I remember every voice line, but we'll see. Hopefully, we don't have to see too many cutscenes.
Ooh,
oh wow, that was a really unfortunate hit in that. He was like a good foot from the wall there too.
Yeah, corners are not very well mapped out. Now this mission it looks easy. It is easy. However, it's difficult to do quickly. The early bits of this game try to make it difficult to fail. So when you fall behind this van quite far, it will slow down intentionally to make it impossible for you to fail, unless you really are trying to fail. The issue for us, though, the only way we finish this mission is by this van getting to its final location. So we're going to be going close to it, a little bit far away from it at times, to manipulate its speed to make it go through this area as quickly as possible. Now you notice Cyther did it, and Vapo will be doing it now. He's actually braking now to get further away from the van. The goal here is to make the van go slower and help it go through this kind of slalom area with loads of corners. Cal, I will not promise you one from me. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, Cyther did get both of the wasps in the jump, so that's nice.
And he's going to main menu up here. This is a part of the new route. Vapo getting both of them
too. Oh, that's right, because they didn't get the wasp in the backyard, so they can get.
Yeah, that's the intention. Because if you got the trailer park wasp and the neighbor's wasp already, those two wasps are impossibilities unless you get out of the car. Now, can you please explain what a main menu warp is and why the hell we do it?
So a main menu warp, because of the way the wasps work, there's things called freebies, which, to explain it really simply, a freebie is when the wasp has a bigger big hitbox and it makes it really easy to hit with the car. Some interesting thing going on with Scyther's Bone Storm really quick. The truck got stuck on traffic.
He's going to get the shortcut, but the truck did move quite slowly, so it's going to be slow by his standards. Although Vape are getting equally unfortunate. Anyways, continue.
Oh, so the freebies, once you hit 2 or 3 of them, depending on the level, it makes the rest of them pretty much impossible to hit with the car. So if you do a main menu warp, it resets the hit boxes on them, or something like that.
Yeah. Thereabouts. It's a 2 wasp rule where they do have hitboxes that we can hit in a vehicle or with a ground pound for the first 2, but then if we destroy any 2 by any method, that hitbox disappears once you ground pound or go in a car. Now we're going to be doing Carl skip. Originally, our means of doing this mission was we'd push Carl, the mission trigger, beyond the wall that now exists, and then start the mission in there, and we're just fine, we can go. Then we found out that because the family sedan is so long at the back, and that the resets we do, which is basically a method of being reset onto the nearest road, because that's mapped out based on the actual player character position, it doesn't map out how long at the back the family sedan is, so you phase half in, half out of the wall, and just nullifies the wall. So you can just reverse through it, J-turn, and leave, as Cyther is now. Should be getting about an 11:26, I think. Or, no, 11:25.
Which is... What do you think that is by Scyther's standards for a Homer 1?
Very, very good.
Alright. Because that was like for reference, I think my average is like low 12 would be really good, so that's pretty great for a Homer 1.
Yeah, I think you're actually the position behind me on the leaderboard. I'm 21st, I think you're 22nd. The low 12s are pretty much the region where we'd be expecting. However, runners of this caliber, they're looking at 11:30s at the worst of times. Now Cyther has to get the Skinner escape. He's a very tenacious follower, and he's going to be hoping that you can see on his little mini-map where Skinner is, and he does not follow him through the train park, so he is fine and will escape, and again is going to park a certain distance away from Jimbo to ensure his car does not despawn.
Yeah, for some reason, Skinner's AI in this follow mission is very, 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 very fast. They made his car extremely fast so it can keep up with you really well unless it gets stuck on something.
Vapo getting messed up. And Cyther picking up a traffic car. There are 4 traffic cars in this level. The car that he's currently in, the taxi, the sedan, and the van. The car he's in right now and the taxi are both faster than the honor roller, and the car he's in right now is called fast car because it has better acceleration. Also, we have to get in and out of our cars 7 times in this mission. And what you're noticing here is they go out, and Vapo just went out there and you could see an animation. There's no animation with any of the traffic cars, they just didn't bother. So that actually saves us time in 7 different instances of A, not just having an animation, and B, not having to jump on a car to get into it to skip animations. As you see Vapo... I don't know why, but for a second I thought he was going to try to get back in the honor roller for some reason.
I didn't see the sports car, but there was one hanging out behind the van. So yes, the sports car is the fastest traffic car. It has the best acceleration.
And also a lot easier to control than the taxi. Although the train yard area has all these bumps, the sports car I find is significantly worse at taking those bumps. It just kind of goes out of control.
Yeah, I think it's the lightest of the traffic cars in this level too, so it can be a bit finicky.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying it can be a bit finicky.
Now you'll see here that when going through the tunnel, they're going to go on the left-hand side of the road. That's dangerous. You're more likely to crash because cars are coming head-on at you, so it's a bit more difficult to react. But obviously it's quicker because we're taking the inside line, as Cyther does Wiggum Escape. It works 1 in 100 times. I think Pessimistic Mango found it and just totally by accident once. And it really does save us a fair bit of time, because when you don't get it, you really feel it. And on to Vox Naduli. The first genuinely difficult mission of the game if you're playing casual, because the nerd car is faster than you, significantly faster than you. You'll see it right now coming up on Cyther's tail. It will just overtake unless it crashes into something. Although it is sort of swerving if you look at its mini-map. So unless the nerd car crashes, you will lose this race. And if you crash, you can lose this race.
Cyther kind of bumped into a corner himself there. Thankfully, still won it.
And we'll be looking now for a traffic car again to start the mission Barton Frank taking a taxi. Vapo picking up a vending machine there that Cyther did not, which is slightly slower because I think Cyther is going to be relying on getting the third car and sellout in such a way that he can pick up the vending machine with it.
Alright, going
Picking
for
up a
the
freebie.
Town Hall freebie.
Well, I don't know what Vapo was doing there. His alignment was totally off. He missed the bee entirely.
I did
I
see a
wasn't
traffic
looking.
car bouncing
I
off
see.
of him. Whoa, okay, nerd car's stuck. He should be safe.
Okay, Cyther not going for the new dirt jump strat with the van. Basically, we can guide it up that dirt ramp and just make it jump over, and that'll save about 10 or so seconds.
Yeah, I think it's a little luck-based, but you can force the van to go over the jump and through the little gap.
Some of the issues include that the van can go left or right. There's no real way to tell, so you can set up to be on its right-hand side thinking it'll go left, just turns away from you. Now, Cyther had his van go the safe but slow way. If it went the other way, the van would turn right there and just try to get itself trapped. We're going to see how which way Vapo's one goes, and you might be able to get an example of it.
Yeah, this
Okay,
mission
he
isn't...
I think he's going to go for dirt jump. I think he's going to try it here. He looks very well. He's positioning. He's positioning.
Oh, no.
Doesn't go for it. I think he felt he was too far behind. Ideally, you want the nose of your car just to be slightly ahead as Cyther now moves on to the race section in which we have a reset that saves us 10 seconds.
Alright, so Vapo's van is also taking the slow route, which means it won't get stuck. So that's both a good and a bad thing.
I don't think it's 100% consistent. I've had it go quick way but not attempt to stick itself in there, and I've had it go slow way and attempt to. Although the pattern is good for both of them.
So none of them so far having anything terrible happening to them. We got musical horns finally.
Cyther just showing us that he has rhythm. And crashing into a sports car.
That's what happens.
And Cyther at the end of this mission will be going for a main menu work. We're going to see what he does here actually. Okay, so he decides to run through the black screen. One thing you can do is pause at the moment you finish the mission, and that black screen is just buffered out, and you can run towards it. It is slightly slower though. I find I can't do the Barton Frank black screen, but I can do the Better Than Beef black screen, which is what the mission that Cyther's currently on.
Yeah, there's a few missions where there's a black fade out at the end, and you can skip it by pausing and unpausing, which lets you see your character and you can run to the next object or whatever a lot easier. But if you're really good, you can memorize where the camera's going to be and where to aim your character in the black.
Cyther here going for a freebie. Now, I've had a few people talk about how that reset there is inconsistent for them, that they sometimes are facing the correct way, sometimes facing the wrong way. Basically, if you imagine the point at which you crash as like a simple line, if you go perpendicularly into that, so directly 90 degrees, I think it's random the direction that you face when you respawn. However, if you face even slightly to the right, even like a half a degree to the right or a half degree to the left, that will decide which way you go. So if you reset just a fraction of a second before you hit the wall, and ensure you're turning slightly to the right, you will get 100% consistent resets, which will face you in the correct direction. Cyther here going for a second freebie, and will get it. So he's got both freebies in this mission very, very nicely. We'll see how he does in Apu Escape. Vapo on his first freebie, getting it, and going quite slowly to ensure that he's facing the right way. Decided to do a little swerve there rather than just going head on. Now Cyther here will take a wide route around Krusty Burger in order to fool Apu into going around, and this escape looks good.
Yes, this is one of the escape missions where you need a strategy in order to get away from Apu. But of course, it can always be ruined if you have really bad traffic spawns, or if Apu's just really stubborn and doesn't want to get stuck. Although it seems like if you don't get bad traffic, there's ways to consistently get him. Speaking of bad traffic,
there. Crash into the back of, which would have actually helped him, and then immediately crash into something else. going for the freebie. Both of them getting both freebies. Now, Slider will be moving on to Monkey See, Monkey Do, which has one of the best soundtracks in the game, and is the first mission where we actually use the required car, Mr. Plow, from Homer, who I'm reliably told by a certain Zoton is Bart's husband, I believe?
Yes. So I believe it was in a speed run. Someone accidentally called him Bart's husband.
UKSN,
Instead of
the
his
United
dad.
Kingdom speedrunning marathon.
Yep.
Zoton said that Homer here will sell a car to his own husband. Now, we're seeing a new route here and Zoton in the chat. I thought I remembered seeing it, and I figured, I'll say it. Draw him out. Now, you'll see them both go for a route here in which they do a reset immediately. This is a relatively new route, which was sort of adapted from the NG Plus route that's existed for a while for this mission. And basically, it is quicker, significantly. However, we do not get a bee that we used to get because we go up on the roof to collect the wasp we now pick second.
So do they not go for the gazebo box? Is that what that thing's called?
That's not an actual routed thing. It's just something they do because it's a relatively slow box to get, and they have very, very audacious corner. What? Okay, Vapo here going for a sports car. I've not seen this. This is totally new to me. I can see why it would be quicker, but it does require pure
It's
RNG.
gonna be a little trickier with the bees, though. As you can see, he missed one. That's the reason why we don't use it. Also, we would have, well, you use the phone booth after the, like right at the end of the mission if you pick the sports car, but the problem is it makes the freebies really annoying to hit.
So either picking up the bee at the town hall,
Oh,
and
there
we
he
have
goes.
on 2 left. Now, if he did the old route and didn't pick up that wasp and do the reset, he would have to climb up onto this roof, run across it where there would be a bee, and then
Oh
come
my
back.
goodness, Vapo
And
got
would be slower.
stuck. And he's free.
Yeah, it's a very it can be a bit of a tricky area.
Oh, but he did get that
getting
freebie.
somehow.
That one
no momentum going into it. Jeez.
That one I almost never get with Mr. Plow, let alone a sports car, so that's impressive.
Now Cyther into sellout, and this is probably again one of the great gatekeepers of a good run.
I'd
We
say
have
it's
4
the hardest mission to get a good time on in Part 1 for speedrunning.
I'd say so, yeah. We have 4 relatively weak cars to destroy. However, if we don't destroy the second car if we destroy the second car in a bad position, we're never going to get to the third car. Although third car is kind of forgiving because it takes a while to get out onto the road. And if you don't destroy the third car in a good position, you're just
Big hits.
you can't do anything for the fourth car because it is literally in this plaza as soon as it spawns. And Cyther will not want to be destroying it here because he will be out of position for the next one, and will actually be moving into a cutscene skip after this mission. The 3 cutscene skips are in Part 1, Apu, and Part 2, and this is the only one in which we only have 1 frame to get it. Now Cyther is running on 144 or 150 frames per second, I don't know exactly, but 640.
Yep, that's a very good
Remarkable.
sellout.
Now, Cyther is going to have a 1 in 150 of a second to get this cutscene. Basically, when a mission ends, we can do like the mission warps and stuff like that. Although there's a cutscene after this that we can't skip. But there's literally a single frame in which we can get the pause menu that allows us to mission warp.
So
When this
he's
mission's
got a
over,
pause
and the
buffer.
next mission's available. You see here, he has no missions left, he's going to keep on going. And he
Yeah, I was
misses
right.
the cutscene skip.
I
And
was
Cyther,
right, unless Vapo also misses it, then I'm wrong.
Cyther has been very good to us in not informing us that he was going to miss the cutscene skip, so thank you very much. Although
I don't even have
maybe
chat open. I'm
I
sorry,
think
chat.
perhaps the RTMP is putting us close enough to it that we did not get it spoiled, but maybe the chat did get it spoiled.
So this is
Vapo's
actually a
third card
good way for
perfect.
Vapo to catch up after Cyther got what seemed like a really good Homer one and Bart one. So
Indeed, yeah.
if Vapo gets the cutscene skip, he'll save like almost a minute.
I believe it's 50 I'm gonna try to. I think it's 53 seconds or so. Now,
6:37
Vapo with a 6:30, so 10 seconds slower. Although keep in mind he was quite far behind before the start of it. So even though this has happened, he's actually not going to be ahead of Cyther. Even though there is actually a difference in their timers right now due to load timers and just general syncing issues. 1 second, I'll just
Ooh, 2 pauses for Vapo. Gets right in there. So now they're going to be a lot closer because of that. And there's still 2 more cutscene skips.
Okay, we're going to be syncing up the streams again, which means we will be pausing Cyther's time because he is further ahead. So that way we don't have to kind of like factor in like, oh, there's this amount of time, but then there's 15 seconds that aren't there, and you know that's just a little bit confusing to do.
Yeah, it's due to load. It's due to differing load times. We have a loadless timer, so they're gonna desync gradually over time.
Okay, so we are now pausing Saturday's stream for another 9 seconds, and we will have perfectly syncopated timers. Now, okay, based on this now, I would say Vapo is about 10 seconds behind. Actually, not even 10 seconds, more like 8.
Yeah, this is a short mission, and they're both on their way back here.
They'll be wanting to get a good cycle on the robot arm. It's one of the things that are on a global cycle, which, if you don't know, means if you're looking at it or if you're not, it's still working. So you can actually know the exact position it's going to be in at any time if you know enough about the actual cycle itself.
Yeah, if you can kind of feel out how fast you're going on a mission to know where in the cycle. On some things, like that arm is usually consistent since it's the first mission in the level.
Yeah, it basically resets every time you do a mission warp, and because that's the first bit of the level, so long as you haven't done anything stupid to be slow to actually start the mission, it'll always be in the same position. Vapo deciding to jump on Malibu's Stacy car. So happy Vapo is to be able to drive Malibu's Stacy car. Just has to jump with elation.
Finally, after 2 whole levels. And he did it again.
And spoiler alert, we're going to be seeing it again later in March. Now, here we're going to be seeing the boat jump. You can actually climb up onto the sea spanker, and it's actually required for us to finish the level in mission number 7, All Part in the Sea. But if you were just to be like running along the side of the boat and fall off, the game kind of like makes it a bit forgiving by doing this thing called a forced reset. And they're trying to trigger that while in the car. So they're going to want to hit this little stump, aim for the 3rd window, and Cyther has not gotten it.
Like I said, a lot harder than it looks.
The way in which you can tell you get it is if this screen starts fading to black before you actually start falling. So we're going to see if he's not even going to attempt it.
Vapo's not going to go for it.
Okay, Josh was promising a casual run later.
Right? With 800 coins?
And no, he's fine. The top runners have a lot of coin grinds, they do.
Cyther, however,
will be going for it.
Oh, Vapo's going for it.
Oh, jeez, yeah. Those are indeed the 2 runners, yes. Cyther and Vapo. Now we're going to be moving to Bonfire the Manatees, a mission so iconic that any strat that kind of mimics the look of Bonfire the Manatees is just called whatever it is.
Donut Fire later in March.
Baby Fire in Apu. Now they're going to be trying to guide Cletus into here, and I would ask Case if I could dearly trouble you for a Cletus impression.
Alright, I'm trying to remember his line here. Hold on.
Go for I'm a-fearing of the consequences here.
I'm a-fearing for the consequences here.
There we go. Hal will be delighted. So delighted that he might not...
That's the one I was trying to remember. You pick up city folks. That's the one he always says in this one. Okay, traffic is being...
Vapo getting destroyed by traffic. And that traffic might not despawn. He's going to be hoping that that traffic car will be out of the way for his next attempt. Very unfortunate for Vapo.
Alright, but he does get nice traffic this time, so... Only
Indeed.
1 miss. Could be worse.
And now Cyther will be going for Isakul. Originally, we actually got that in the Android dungeon, However, because we can do the animation skip, and we have to be in the observatory anyways, that actually loses us absolutely no time at all. Now, Side's getting very unfortunate with traffic as Vapo finishes Bonfire.
Alright, Scyther going for Krusty Coins. Wow, gets
Getting
the
them all?
freebie with the sports car. Like,
Yeah, it's
second
not too
time I've
difficult,
seen that.
really.
Okay.
The only difficult part would actually be getting over the stones, which can be a bit of an issue.
Yeah, you need some good speed to fly over those, or you get stuck on them.
And good position, because there are
So-
just spots where you are just a simple, like, barrier that you'll never get over.
This is
Bye.
another lovely destruction mission in the Simpsons Hit and Run, where you have to destroy 3 black sedans. And the first one's pretty easy, but then the next 2 are both a bit tricky to get a good strat on. Oh,
Mhm.
Vapo with the fish fan.
Also, this mission a demonstration of how you actually can't destroy a car in a single hit. So you notice there that Cyther with an extremely tough school bus basically crushed that car, and it just didn't get destroyed. It just goes to 99.9999, and fast forward a million years, me keep on saying 9
Yes.
percent
Infinite.
damage. It'll just never get destroyed.
Alright.
Oh my god!
Whoa!
Oh my god!
Oh, that is amazing.
That was amazing. Okay.
All right.
Can I trouble anyone here for a clip of that
All
beautiful
right.
moment?
So I
Oh my
can
God.
explain what happened there, but there is a frame of animation with the little steel beam thing there where it's like glitched, and that car just so happened to pass over that while it was doing the glitched animation, and it launched backwards. That's the second time it's happened in this tourney. It also happened with Gady, where
I
it
just
launched his car forward into the sun. So that is beautiful. I bet Scyther's
I
very
remember
happy that
with Gady.
happened. Because if that didn't happen, the car would have went through it, and then he would have had to chase it down, so... Alright, Vapo's unfortunately didn't go so well.
Mhm. Strike 1. The letters A, E, I, O, and U. The vilest of all crimes. I'm so sorry, everyone. I mainly just said that because I'm pretty sure there's a certain someone in the chat who that will annoy more than anybody else. Now, this is a very, very RNG-based mission. The second drop can be kind of iffy. The third drop can be
Third drop can
stupidly
change
unfair.
everything.
You want this to drop before the bridge. It can drop during the bridge, and it can drop after the
And
bridge.
there's, on the
That's
tippy
a very
top,
favorable one there. Don't worry, Dirk Cat. You are valued. You are valued.
alright. So yeah, even though I've tried to find consistent ways to get a good drop on this, there really isn't a good, consistent way.
Mm-hmm. There's an
Even
old
if you go
one.
slowly, it can still drop it
Yeah.
over the bridge.
And also the second drop, if it drops during the stairs, you can just like catapult over it and have absolutely no way of going back. The big issue though is, this is the first mission. If you remember earlier when I was talking about the rubber banding effect during Flowers by Irene, that was occurring during the fourth mission of Part 1. But that's not happening anymore. If you fall behind, Snake will leave you behind. And Cyther getting a very fortunate freebie there that's very
Alright.
inconsistent. Vapo here?
is getting a bad
very
drop
unfortunate
here.
drop. Oh my god, that is terrible.
All the way on the other side of the bridge. So, yeah, you lose
That's a
time, and there's
15
really
second
nothing you
block.
can do about that.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, just gonna be a bit of driving around on both
Okay.
sides here.
What should one favor above all other things? Oh, okay, never mind. Lisa got to it first.
No.
It's a silly little joke I do during this mission where I just ask a random question to which the answer is freedom because she screams it out after the 11th pickup.
I think my brain wasn't turned on enough for that to register.
To be fair, it's basically kind of like a psychological self-defense mechanism to turn off your brain once you get here because
If you're a
Otherwise, things just
speedrunner, I
don't
highly
make
recommend
sense.
doing it.
they just don't make sense.
the only way to survive playing this game over and over and over again. And also liking the game helps.
So now, moving on to the final mission of Lisa, Old Pirate in the Sea. Now he's going to be wanting to get a pin on the limo against the tattoo parlor, which is currently to his left. The goal is just basically, it does it as quickly as possible. However, the old strats, or maybe the safer strat, I could also say, enables you to pick up 2 boxes and a B. So he is actually sacrificing coins to do this, and he will actually miss the strat he wants. So he's going to have to trap him
What's he gonna do for a backup?
And he's getting messed up by little trash cans. So, ooh dear, this could be risky. If the limo goes in vertically, it's very, very slow to destroy itself.
The limo's in there with not a lot of damage taken, so it could take a while. I'm not sure what he's going to do while it's
not gonna get down there. I think he's just going to. I think he's just biting the bullet here and saying, "Look, I'm not going to get any coins."
Go get the wasp.
Yeah, I was just going to say he should pick up the wasp here at the planet hike. I'm not going to be buying your car, Beavery. Now, Vapo here finishing fishy deals, although 4 seconds slower than Cyther did.
Now, if Vapo gets a really good pirate in the sea, he can make up quite a bit of time here.
Indeed, and I think he's got a significantly higher coin count as well, by about 120 due to having... Oh no, only about 70 coins due to having picked up Clueless. Cyther falling off on the little lamppost. It's a very difficult one, because if you look at that area that he has to actually land on,
oh no,
it's very difficult. He has to get that at the top point of his jump, so it's very unforgiving.
Vapo also get some pretty good damage off the limo right at the start, which is what you want to be doing on this.
Not quite the strat they want. At this level, ideally what they want to be doing is trapping the limo against the tattoo parlor. And just going back and forth in kind of like almost like a limo fire way.
He was going for the coins as well, though, so it was probably not. It was probably about as good as that would have gotten with getting the coins down there.
I think it was just a case of he sort of, you know, made his bed by not getting the ideal strats and decided, you know what, 62 coins, not gonna say no. As Cyther almost outruns William.
So Cyther is now approaching one of the harder strats in the game. Donut fire, where you have to get a donut truck stuck behind a building so you can get it's a bump mission. We'll see how he does it. You have very little time to figure out what you're doing here, because as soon as this part of the mission starts, it's just get in the... Yep, he did get it. It's just get in the canyon arrow, get the donut truck. It all happens really fast, and you can't reset the mission if you miss it.
Although what you will be noticing is that on the right-hand side of this car, there's a ton of dust being kicked up. At higher frame rates, basically there are more collisions against that wall, and the issue with the collisions is it makes it less consistent that the donuts will actually drop. So sometimes you're counting like, okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you get out and try to get the stuff, and then suddenly, oh wait, there's only 9. So you have to get back in, and then you have to do another hit, and it just wastes time as Vapo tries to get donut fire.
Alright.
He's gonna get it, but
so
a slow version.
This is the old strat right now.
It's pretty old. Just allowing him to get hit in the side.
This isn't a bad strat, but it can be a little finicky if traffic, as you can see, kind of bullies you during this one.
If a garbage truck hits that donut truck in the back, you lose.
It goes flying. But it looks like it's going pretty well, and there's already a lot of traffic there, so should be fine. There we go. Not pretty good strat, pretty good old strat from Vapo.
To anyone who uses that as their main strat, my advice to you is map out on your controller, or if you're using keyboard, make sure you know the button to tilt the camera left and right, because it helps to be able to look at the exact line that the donut truck's going to go along, as both of them are in Redneck Roundup. A very easy mission to complete, a very difficult mission to complete with a coin round. Now, both of them are going to be doing a mini grind, which is basically ooh, dear me, Vapo getting very unlucky.
Ouch.
Now, every single
vending... wow,
this is ridiculous.
On Vapo's side.
Now, that box that side is kicking right now it has 3 hit points, and on each hit point, because it's a box and has 31 coins, it will drop 10 coins each time, except for the last time, in which it'll drop 11. Ooh, Scyther might fail here.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
I think he might fail. He's gonna fail. Vapo's gone ahead.
Vapo is actually gonna lurch ahead here.
Now,
I tell you, it's just one little thing can go wrong, and it can switch things up.
and exactly as I said earlier, a very easy mission to complete. Very difficult mission to complete with a
Oh
point
my
round.
God,
Scyther now
just-
getting Vapo's looking the trailer park.
Now Cyther's getting the really bad pickup AI. Thankfully, it didn't get stuck there for a long time. It just went right back out. But man, what is Cletus doing to these runners today?
Now, just to finish the mini grind thing, if you go 2 load areas away, because this game doesn't load in the entire map at any given time, it just loads certain areas. Either 2 load areas, or if you mission warp and go back into the area, the hit points on every box and vending machine will reset. So you can pick up 51 coins from a single box just by mini grinding it once and then destroying it again. Now let's see how Vapo's
going to really risky mini grinds here.
He might be going for this one. This one is the one I see Liquid doing, and he is... Okay, never mind, he doesn't go for it. I suppose he got Clueless coins, so he's probably a little bit safer.
Yep. Do we have the controls to switch to Vapo's audio?
I will get to that now.
Alright. Whoa, garbage truck to the rescue. Trying to block Vapo.
Which does, of course, mean we will have to be asking you for a Cletus impression very soon as we move into Catch-Up
I
Logic.
can remember the line.
Okay, we need to be picking up catch-up packets to feed on during the long winter. Help me fetch them. That's your first line. I'll tell you when to go.
Yeah. I know when he says it, but I just can't remember the whole line all the time. Oh well.
I believe
Apologies, chat.
We
But
need these
whatever.
catch-up packets to feed on during the long winter. Help me fetch them. You gotta get ready. I think it's after the first pickup.
Here
Vapo
he
looking for
is.
Main menu art? Here my is. I'm shit. Okay.
I think that was better than mine.
Well, we'll let the chat decide.
I think chat will agree that they're both pretty terrible.
Okay, give it a go. Now. Oh no? There, now.
I can't. I have the worst
Oh,
memory
God.
ever. Forgive me.
Hey, I know another dumpster's round here somewhere. I can feel it in my stank mode.
I can feel it in my stank phone. Now, Liquid, I would say that whilst Vapo's endgame is very good, Cyther's Part 2 is disgustingly good. So it's going to be very, very close.
Help me, Lord!
I'm flying like a turkey. I'm not even going to try.
There's too many good
Thanks for
lines in
getting
this
wrapped.
game. That was an interesting way of getting through that, but
What is your favorite line in this game? This is a relatively basic mission. It's like the Cletus truck is hard to accelerate, so you just want to maintain speed whilst picking stuff up. That's all it really is to it. For me, it's got to be in Part 2. I always hear it. It's a sad day for generic characters everywhere. I'm always very happy with that one.
always fun running over pedestrians to get that.
Let's see. Okay, Cyther here is going to be going for a B here, although I've seen him not get it a lot of late, although he does get it
Good
now.
freebie from Vapo.
Oh, sorry, Vapo. I just assumed it was
Wheel
Cyther because he
of
was ahead. I
Fortune
totally forgot.
coming up soon.
Gamden Wheel of Fortune. Let's see how it goes. Oh,
Yep.
managing it.
Fun fact, this is Cyther's favorite mission in the game. I don't know what Vapo's favorite is though.
What's your favorite? That's I think the
Set to kill. Easy.
Why is that?
I like going fast and picking up stuff.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright.
So either going for the Wheel of Fortune, and we'll get very
Treat them
comfortable.
very well. There's a good line.
That is a good one indeed.
No, I couldn't pick a favorite. There's like way too many good lines, and there's a lot of them that are like don't get said very often.
Vapo's gonna have to run to the phone booth. There are camera pans in this game. The longest one that exists other than I think the start of part 1 is this one. It lasts about 6 seconds. It takes forever.
I'll do my best.
And you get to use the Malibu Stacy some more. So
Yeah, by getting the Malibu Stacy car, and because you're in a forced car prior to this, i.e. the Cletus pickup truck, you can do the pan skip, which saves you 6 seconds. Or 6 or 7, I don't quite remember.
Gil went flying there.
Who here likes pointless missions? Because welcome to Return of the Nearly Dead. A 40-second mission at the worst of times.
Going into not a worthless mission, Wolves Stole My Pills, where the infamous second cycle can happen and has happened in the tournament before.
It's happened 4 times. I'm gonna put my neck out and say 4 times. Now, I'll just give you a brief explanation because, like, we're in a time when it's not much is happening, so I can explain without having to, like, cut myself off. All these drops occur over a set geographical area. Now, the chances of a drop occurring at any one given position goes up as you go through an area. The only issue is that at the final point at which a drop can occur, the chance is not 100%. So let's say at the last moment that the drop can happen, it's 95%. That leaves a very small chance of the drop never occurring. And the way in which the game sort of rectifies this, it goes, wait 1 sec, there should have already been a drop here, what's happened? So what it does is go through the entire cycle again, which is why we call it a 2 cycle. It loses you 1.5 minutes, it's totally RNG, and it really makes you question your life decisions, you know?
And this is the most common mission it can happen on. There's other ones where it can technically happen, but pretty much never does.
It's either getting a good little mini grind, and the other 2 missions in which it can happen, and it actually can happen in one of them, is the first mission of Vapo called Incriminating Caffeine, and Slithery Sleuthing, which we saw earlier, which was the one where Snake drops the items. That's a good knife drop. This shouldn't be this is not going to be a 2 cycle. I'm going to call it right now. No 2 cycle. And I was right. Hooray.
Very nice. Not killing Vapo this time. I would be shocked to see anyone ever get a 2 cycle with Sleuthing. I've seen him go pretty far, but I don't think I've seen 2 cycle on that one yet.
Cyther's a little bit further behind than he'd like to be. If 3 drops are active at any given time, the mission will immediately fail itself. Once you get the 8th drop, you're safe though. Let's see, 9th drop. It looks safe, but not like so safe that I'd guarantee. No 2 cycles.
So neither of them got 2 cycled. Good.
No 2 cycles.
Dumb time losses here. It's probably one of the dumbest ways to lose a run in this game.
It is indeed. Although I actually remember when I was newer running into this game, I had a PB with 2 cycle. It was very interesting.
I've thankfully not had it happen very many times.
Where to next, video game? I should pay more.
And now we get into the second, or actually the third and final unskippable cutscene of this speedrun. Technically speaking, there's 4, but the last one occurs after we actually stop the timer, so it's not really a part of the speed run, as it were.
Tell me about the crap circles.
Alright, hold on. Repeat that last part.
The last cutscene, the one with the take that, you effeminate. What's it? You effeminate something Wrigley Space Wads? But yeah, that's after the timer stops, so it's technically not a part of the speed run.
Oh yeah.
Crap circles indeed, everyone. Okay, can I just ask everyone to confirm with me? Just take 1 second. Okay, now, okay, between you and I, okay? Okay.
I'm not
What
listening.
do you see? What do you see? It's a can. It's definitely a can. Bottle? It's a can! It is! It's a can! I can't describe it anymore. It's a can.
It's on a bottle of cans. I believe it's how the
Don't you
quote
dare!
goes.
Don't you dare! Okay, now both of them are going to be going
good
for
memory tells
main
me
menu
so.
warp here. Both of them going for main menu warp in order to have the Canyonero be their default car again, because they're going to require for the mission after this. Now, this is the last. Now this is the last mission that is entirely on foot, and it's only the second as well. The only other one was Blind Big Brother.
Everyone better stay
I don't know what whispering sounds in this mic, so if that sounded like terror, I'm sorry, chat.
It's time for some ASMR commentary.
No, no.
Vapo picking up the neighbor's garden.
Try not to. Oh.
I promise I won't. Okay, now I didn't actually see if Cyther picked up that Flanders garden. If anyone could tell me, I'd be very pleased because I'm a very competent commentator. Now, Vapo, I'd say it's about 40 seconds ahead right now.
Any more step aerobics classes?
Yeah,
There and about.
something like 30, 40.
Chapo, how can you not love ASMR?
I don't know what you said, but it's okay. Alright. Yeah,
That's
this
just
is
my inner
another
monologue,
lovely
yeah.
platforming mission in this game.
Now we're
Which
gonna
was
have to
not
see, will
designed
they be
for it.
going for Mr. Plow Jackets? You can see it right there, that's the level card. It's
Nobody
Mr. Plow
ever
Jacket.
gets the plow jacket.
I always get it.
Old
It
news.
doesn't. Okay, we're gonna be adding about 12 seconds to Vapo's timer for that, because not getting Mr. Plow Jacket is an offense punishable by...
Just let me catch you.
Okay, my mind kind
It's
of
a
went
crime
blank
to
there.
speed running.
Think of a funny way in which you could punish someone for doing something that's relatively doesn't really matter. And imagine I said it.
Who's selling the cola?
Thank you.
Lovely joke. Also, it looks
Yeah, it was
like
a great joke,
Cyther
wasn't it?
missed that jump, but it doesn't lose a ton of time.
Jabbo.
Oh god. He goes to the left
Vapo
of the
didn't.
Mr. Plow.
Vapo did not get the did not do the main menu work because he didn't have Canyonero as a default car.
Long Island iced tea.
Oops.
Should be getting a good hit here, although no.
Whoa,
Hit's
alright.
decent, although it's gonna take a while to
Oh.
destroy the truck in this way. I suspect
Ah,
Cyber will be getting a
no.
better first truck because he's very consistent on the gas station. Strat.
This kind of looks like a strap, but I don't think it's faster.
It
than
is
just
a strap, but it's
sucking up
significantly
with it.
slower. We'll see what
Slowly.
Okay, Cyber did do the main menu work. You can tell because he currently has the Canyonero as a default car. He's going to slightly tail end, allow it to go, and he will get it. Although not nearly as well as he wanted to. And Vapo will pull ahead again.
These are some really weird first cola trucks from both of them.
Cyber got very unlucky.
Very stubborn getting
unlucky.
that thing on that pole there.
Okay, Cyber, it looks like he's 2 hits away right now. Okay, I think this is the last hit. Although it's kind of hard. The RTMP has a lower
Oh, this
what's
first
the
cola
word?
truck.
Lower
There we
quality.
go.
It's difficult for me to see the actual bar to see if it's actually 1 hit or 2 hit. As Vapo gets the mansion roof box, which can be a little bit difficult because
Canyon
okay, now
physics.
hear me out for a second. This game has physics. I know. I didn't
Very
believe you.
strange physics.
Indeed. Vapo
Very
getting a
nice
good first
second.
hit.
To the plane.
Second cola can truck.
Keep Canyonero.
Okay.
Well, Cyther,
now-
get past the physics. Yes.
We're now
Wow.
in a bit of a period of time where
They go
not much will
easy.
happen other than Cyther trying to get that second hit. Now I'll give you the line you need to do when Wiggum appears with the impression.
No.
You took my precious cola, Marge. It's the only thing that gave me the courage to take my shirt off in the station locker room. You're going down. Can you remember all that?
Don't get excited, chat. I can't remember anything.
One sec. I will send a
You can
message
do
to
it.
the chat.
Oh god.
My bad.
The line reads.
Road rage.
Welcome to the controversial first ever line read in a commentary of Simpsons Hit and Run.
Okay,
Now,
I've
seriously,
got it ready.
okay.
I've got it ready to type. I've got it ready
I've
to
been
type.
kind of neglecting this cola truck. Whoa, Cyther launched. But I was paying attention. Vapo got a pretty good third
Yeah,
cola
Cyther
truck.
does. Cyther looks like he's
Cyther's
going to
gonna
be
be going for it too.
Cyther's
Whoa!
gonna, that's a big
Flies
bounce.
past the tree, magnetically repelled away from it.
Okay, keep an eye out.
But
Keep an
still
eye out
wins.
on that chat. You got to get ready.
Oh god. At least I have a nasal voice. I should be able to do it.
Yeah, I think you just need to pull up your pitch and you'll pretty much have it. Get ready.
Here we
3, 2, go.
Score settled.
Wait.
You stole my precious. No. Okay.
There you go.
It's the only thing that gave. I give up. It's over. joke
You did
canceled
get quite
forever.
unfortunate. You got quite unfortunate.
This commentary is like gradually degrading in quality as it goes on.
Hold on. 1 second. You're saying here that it's
Forgive us,
degrading in
chat.
quality. Excuse me, this is an upgrade in quality. This is a significant upgrade as I just tried to direct Capes here and doing great impersonations of Simpsons characters.
Forgive us, chat. This run...
No,
don't forgive us.
Don't forgive us. You owe us. You owe us.
This race is actually really, really good so far. They're still close up to Apu.
They are indeed. You'll notice here that this is the only mission where the actual place you warp to, if you try to get to the mission, is really, really far away from the actual mission start. So far away, in fact, that we pretty much do this in, like, everywhere they're driving right now, it will actually be a part of the actual mission route. So they're going to be picking up coins here, but they can actually pick up these coins during the mission. So they will have to make decisions. Do I pick it up during the mission and make the mission more dangerous? Or do I pick it up now and have the coins safe? But
this is the last costume you have to buy in this run, I believe.
You are indeed correct. Apu American. Although let's fingers crossed for B sharps, everyone.
Hopefully not. That's the worst possible mistake you can make when it comes to buying things in this game, because it's so late into the run and you can't recover from it if it happens, because it's too many coins to make up if you buy the wrong costume there. But of course, these runners are a little experienced, so they should be able to not do that. But yes, this is going to be another follow mission.
Very difficult one.
Traffic can be annoying, and sometimes the drops are horrendous. Hopefully it won't be too terrible for each, but something dumb usually happens on this one.
Okay, let's see. Both of the trucks are good. Sometimes at the second drop, the truck can take the long way around, although it typically only happens if you're further back. Although I believe that's currently just a hypothesis about it. Oh dear. Please no, Cal, please. Now, they're both going to be trying to hold back a bit here, because if... Okay, you see there Vapo turned the camera the other way? It's because that truck can get caught in that area, because it's a relatively thin place, although Cyther does not. The goal is basically, if you're not looking at it, it's very unlikely that the truck will actually get stuck.
Yeah, there's a couple places around that corner where, like, the fire truck, it can also get stuck on it.
Okay, we're gonna see here. Oh, Vapo getting sideswiped. It's gonna make it very difficult to pick up that box. He's going to avoid it. Let's see how the 8th drop goes, because this is the one that doesn't drop and causes 2 cycles.
Yeah, the final stretch can be a choke point on this mission if you're not ready for it.
And also it can be deceptive, because you can see where Vapo is right now, it's a lot of turns. Now, when now with that green bar, it's measuring your straight line distance. So you can think for a second, I'm actually really close, I'm safe. And suddenly the truck goes onto the straight and disappears. And it makes your heart drop, especially when you're a new runner thinking, wow, I did incriminating caffeine. But you will fail. You will fail.
Casually on that mission, you won't expect it to like just steamroll after that set of corners, so it's really easy to lose it if you don't know.
Indeed. Indeed.
So this is a fairly easy escape mission, but I'm not gonna try to jinx it here because Vapo's got a really stubborn limo on him.
Vapo will be safe.
All right.
Because he was on a big straight, whereas the limo was going around all those corners, which meant that it was going slow while Vapo was making big straight line distances. And Vapo will be picking up this box. I think Cyther will be picking this up during this little piggy. I think what Vapo's doing is quicker because you lose less momentum. Oh no, Cyther's doing the same thing. Not to pick up the car built for Vapo.
Yes, this is a interesting mission. There are some strats for them, but they're all very inconsistent. I mean, it depends on the runner, but they're pretty inconsistent because the baby van AI can change.
Oh yeah, it can. Well, I mean, you're sort of implying this game has AI.
Yeah, but if there's any AI, this one has the worst of it.
Indeed. Oh dear, we're getting into Despacito memes. Uh-oh.
I'm not even gonna
Vapo getting a
look at
very
what
nice
that is.
position.
Wow, alright. So this is
Oof.
that is
Vapo's
a really good
mounting.
start for Baby Van, although it is gonna get away. But it does have the bad AI on Vapo's side, so he's gonna be able to get a good Baby
I think
Van
that-
here.
Yeah, dude. I mean, bad as in
Oh,
it's
can he get
really
this in
bad
time?
at driving,
There we go.
but good for the fact that it doesn't move away too much, so it makes it easier for us to get multiple hits.
Yeah.
Okay, we're trying to get a sync up on the two times, because you can see there's currently about 11.8 seconds between them. So it's kind of making it difficult, because I was trying to count the amount of time between them, and then I realized, oh no, I'm going to have to add time now. I think it's
So-
about 15 seconds that's between them, although it may have gotten a bit bigger due to Cyther having a worse baby van.
So to let
My
the
favorite
chat
job.
know, both of them got the really bad Baby Van AI, but there is a chance that you'll get a Baby Van that does not spin around a lot, and it'll just like fly through its route. And
Not
you don't
quite.
want that.
It'll go generally straight, but it will also do a lot of swerves and bends.
But alright, so this is if you don't know how to despawn, whoa, Vapo not getting good, getting bullied by traffic again.
The sub
in
1
the
hour
run.
is dead, everyone. We may as well turn off. No one's getting sub 1 hour this run. Somebody tell the children.
But this mission is actually really tricky if you're not experienced with despawning traffic, because the highway is loaded with traffic, and
Yeah.
and if during a speed run you're basically just constantly, I mean, not despawning, but like resetting the traffic pattern so they don't get in the way.
Also, as I said earlier, this game can only have a certain number of cars spawned at any time. I believe the number is 5. So basically when Wiggum destroys a traffic car, you get the hit and run, but you don't get the coin. It's really unfair like that. And if you get a hit and run at the moment you get onto the highway,
Oh yeah.
you will crash the game, and it's
Yeah. And
entirely consistent in its crashing of the game, and it's another reason to want to be able to manipulate traffic, because Wickham is a very, very powerful and quick car.
And yeah, so yes, there's a crash that can happen here, which is due to, it has something to do with like the parts on the cars. There's like specific tech terms for it, but I don't know all of them. But basically what happens if you get a hit and run during this mission, you're gonna have all the cars that are spawned on the highway, and then you're gonna have 3 cop cars spawn at the same time, and that can cause the game to crash, because it doesn't want to handle all that at the same time.
Now on to Never Trust a Snake. Now this mission is unique within Hit and Run. During Petty Theft Homer, you go and you pick up, let's say, your Ned's lawn chair. Let's say you had 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. The game will then add about 50 or so seconds to that time, and you'll have 3 minutes and 20 seconds left for the whole mission. That's one way this game does it. Another way this game does it is, if you pick up something, all of a sudden you get a whole new timer that will always be the exact same no matter when you pick it up. So for example, you can have 5 seconds left, you can have 25 seconds left, you will get the same amount of time. This is the only mission where it gives you all the time at the very start, and it also has multiple objectives within it. We have to follow the garbage truck, which has very difficult AI, and also can just miss a drop. If you want to see it happen, watch my PV and watch me just like really lose my mind at it and lose 45 seconds. And then they're gonna have to be picking up 25 drops. To give you the story, Apu needs to find someone who knows about crime. So who does he talk to? Why, of course, one of the few crime people in the neighborhood, Snake, who needs him to do community service. And that involves picking up garbage. Now here's a bit of platforming, which is very, very frustrating. I think actually Cyther's PV, which was the last tournament race
And his last race.
He dropped here, he fell off, which lost him about 25 seconds. Or, not 20, I'd say about 25 seconds, and also about
You have to run
23
all the way
coins
back up,
because
so yeah.
He also missed out all the coins because they despawned before he came back up.
Ouch. Yeah,
Jalo,
there's...
I'm telling you that it did happen in my PV. I'm just saying if you want an example of it happening. It's not self-promotion. This is self-promotion.
Remember to check
Okay.
out Cythertime and not Vapo's channel. I don't think he's free.
No,
Only
we're
for the
not
tournament.
advertising runners. We're not advertising runners here. It's all about the commentary team.
They're advertising themselves right now as being skilled runners, as you can see. They're both
And
doing
also
quite
just
good.
destroyed by wasps in the case of Cyther. The AI can be very, very difficult with the wasps, especially in level 7. So my big advice to you is, if you need to map out a coin route, never make it so you need wasps during level 7. Because they are stupidly, like, they are slippery. Now just insert your favorite swear word here, because honestly that's the first word that came to my mind.
If we say it, we'll get super hyper banned from Twitch. So
I'm going to take down speed gaming. I
no,
will say a swear word.
don't say that.
Bad. Okay, now Cyther here going for the last few drops as Vapo's going back to the DMV.
Don't worry, guys. We're gonna keep it PG here. All right.
Vapo not going for Ganesh costume. That's going to be an extra 30 seconds on his time. Now Joshua doing some very good promotion for us. No, one sec. Okay, I'm just going to say the thing that we're all too afraid to say.
Darn.
Okay, now Vaponeer now has to pick it up, and I find this kind of really funny because Apu here is doing a dance while saying, "Oh, damn it, I've been tricked." It's just a delightful kind of like juxtaposition between him being really annoyed at what happened, whilst also just like, you know, clicking his heels together almost as though he's about to do a jig.
Cyther reset really late on that highway. I've never seen anyone do that, but it's not gonna make a big difference.
Aquana, you might not actually know, but Vapo41 was a very long-standing meme within the community, and Vapo42 was the owner of that channel until she had it renamed because she just didn't want to be a Vapo.
So, anyways, let's get serious. We're approaching Armored Truck right now, which is a pretty vital strat in this, and it's not an easy one.
Like, think about this. Imagine this was happening in, like, the boardroom when they were thinking of this mission. Hey, like, Kate, I'll just talk to you. You know what would be really fun? Having to destroy a really, really difficult to destroy truck. And you know what would make it even more fun for the players?
Using the Bandit.
Using one of the weakest cars in the game.
Got it stuck, by the way. Very nice. Ooh, and the freebie.
Vapo indeed getting the first of his bees and also the trap. We'll see how Cyther does here after getting the first escape.
Wow.
Going for 2 freebies. Very, very good. Let's see how he does here.
That is a victory lap for this.
Cyther getting it too. Well, I actually just can't help but seeing two armored trucks is just
beautiful.
Special. I'm always happy
this is a beautiful finals race, I'll tell you what.
Oh dear. And Vapo here really, staking his claim on that Grand Finals number 2, because if he wins, this match has to be replayed, because Cyther's not lost yet, and we're doing double elimination. However, we are moving on to one of the most difficult missions in the game, along with the longest cutscene of the game. And actually, Cyther has a very good chance to catch up on Vapo, because Vapo does an alt-tab strat, which allows you to pause buffer the Apu cutscene.
Yeah, it'll give him a few seconds, unless he misses the cutscene skip. Which,
of course, assuming both things are the same.
I really don't want to see a missed cutscene here, because the cutscene is very long.
2 minutes 35. And Derek, the reason...
It can change the outcome of the run very, very easily, especially this late into the run. But, yeah, I'm not going to try to jinx anything here. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so we got double armored truck strats, and we're now
getting good escapes.
Curator.
Let's see, Vapo's coins are absolutely perfect. Actually, if anything, he's overcoined at this point. Like, you can afford to be on fewer coins.
You went for the extra box, though.
Well, I mean, like, that one's pretty safe. Like, if you get it, like, on your perfect line, it doesn't lose a single second. And let's see, will he get it? He will get it.
There we go, a beautiful curator.
Now, normally, this cutscene, skip can't actually be buffered like you saw on Cyther and Vapo's screen in the first case. However, by
Alright,
doing
so-
this, Vapo's able to pause buffer. Let's see how he does.
Yes,
He gets
Vapo. There we go.
safely.
We got the
Cyther
one out of,
runner-
we got one cutscene skip.
Both runners on absolutely incredible coins. I think they're near enough to identical at this point, so there's no coin factor where we have to say this runner's ahead, but this runner has more coins. Now, Cyther. Oh my God!
Oh, but he did get good damage.
Good damage.
get
but
good
he's gonna
damage.
end up in the tunnel. This is very, very unfortunate for Cyther. He probably needs about 2 more hits from here. That's very unfortunate for Cyther. I am genuinely.
Okay, there's a good hit
dear.
there as well. There we go. Not
We'll see how he does
too
on
bad for a backup. Hit and run. Well, hit and run's
safe.
usually
He's
not a
safe.
problem.
No, he's not going to. He's not going to get busted. It's very easy to get to the museum without any issues. As Vapo is moving
Incoming
here
board
now.
on Vapo's screen.
Well, we'll see. That's a board, I can tell.
Yep.
And Cyther getting the cutscene skip. Now, question.
So yeah, this
here.
race is still going at full throttle.
You know when you're like waiting for a bus, like, oh, I just gotta get to this place, need to use public transportation. So you're waiting for the bus, and then the bus comes, but the bus doesn't seem to be stopping for you. It just decides to run into you, and what the heck? I'm in the bus. That's the explanation for what Cyther and Vapo are currently doing. I know it looks like they're running over children.
That's why the hit and run meter is going up so much.
Well, it's more so that they're running over
Even more
general people. You know, the only way in which you can be run over by a bus and not attacked, like hurt by it, is if you are supposed to be on the bus.
Oh,
It's
it
a very
goes right to
strange,
the
like,
side of
metaphor
board.
thing.
King! So tired. Hey, Kearney.
So yeah, there are quite a few choke points in Bart 2. There's a few tricky strats in it, so you know, this isn't a set in stone run yet. It's still anything could happen, even this late.
Okay, we'll see if Vapo goes for the box here in the newsroom. Okay, he does.
He's going the
for
back
pretty-
route, but
pretty
he's
safe.
pretty good on coins. So
And Cyther here, near enough to hit and run, but will be absolutely safe and has enough coins for Globex Supervillain car. Now,
so all right, he's going for the vending machine.
okay, I'd say that's fair enough to go for, although honestly, it's a bit better to go for the newsroom box because it's worth 15 coins more. I think Cyther will be going for it. He goes for it pretty consistently. Okay, he's going to go for the newsroom box.
All right.
It's a little bit risky if you're not used to it.
Yeah, it gets you. Oh, he's gonna grind it.
Oh, okay, I'm not
Interesting.
quite sure why he's grinding it. That seems very peculiar to me.
Yeah, I'm not
I
sure
think
where
one
he
you
would
can
go
pick it
a
up.
second time to get it, but we'll
Like,
see.
I'm not trying duff for me, duff. Yeah, there's no time when he can get it. That just seems nonsensical to me.
I'm curious. I'm curious to see what he's planning, but yeah, there's also a glitch that can happen on this where basically to say it simply, you go by the clown car and it just explodes your car and it launches you. But
Or the
it
clown car
didn't
too
happen to
can-
either.
Well, it only really happens if you get to the car before it becomes an actual car.
Yeah.
When it's just like sitting there, it's just a prop. And then when the actual movie van is no longer your following vehicle, it turns into an actual vehicle. Now, Vapo is here on Lab Coat Caper, the most boring mission in the speedrun.
It is a very boring mission once you know how it goes, but it is
There's no
still possible
surprise.
for something terrible to happen. You know, traffic
Yeah.
patterns can still get you. You can still fail this mission. If there's any mission you don't want to do twice, it's Lab Coat Caper, but it can
Indeed.
happen.
I just find like it's best just to sort of ponder life during this mission because there's a lot of time and you can just sit still and do nothing. You know, just think, what is it to be speedy and what is it I'm running from? Because I think deep down, when we speedrun, we're all running from something else. Something deep within. We just need to think, you know? Take a moment.
Eat my dust,
That
dust eaters.
is what Lab Coat Caper gives us. A moment to think. A moment to ponder.
A lot of time to think about the Full Metal Jackass and what was the other one? Duff for Me, Duff for You strats that are coming up.
How long would this game casually be? I'd say take about 5.5 hours or so, maybe.
For someone who's never played this and is not like a driving game pro or anything, I'd say like at least 6 hours. And if they're going for extra stuff, it might be a bit more.
Yeah, if you're just doing like a plain I just want to finish the story missions, about 5.5 hours or so. Or maybe about 6.
If you've watched a lot of speedruns, you can probably get like 3 or 4 hours first time.
I'd say 3 hours is a little bit. I'd just say generally, you could do it in an evening if it's all you're going to do that evening. As Vapo finishes up, and we can finally go to a mission that does not require us to ponder our own existence in order to not just die of boredom. Duff for me, duff for you.
Now comes the real strats.
In my
There's
opinion,
a few ways to do this mission.
Yeah, about 4 different ways you can do it. Well, technically speaking 5, but 2 of them are just like the method of approach to the duff trap. The optimal strat for me, this is the hardest optimal strat that you're ever gonna do in this mission. Or not, actually, I'm trying to think on that. There's a new thing on something about Monty. That might be more difficult.
Oh god.
On both strats,
there was a new out of bounds found on one of the later missions, and it's, from what I've heard, very, very difficult, so we probably won't be seeing it here. Alright, so Vapo is going for the god strat, and he gets it.
Very nicely done by Vapo.
I don't know if anyone else calls it the god strat, but I call it that because that trick is way harder than it looks. It is, like, I've practiced this mission and just done it over and over and over again, and I've only gotten that one time.
Yeah, it's immensely hard because there's a lamppost when you first sort of go into that area, which is very, like, the thing is, the Globex Supervillain car is very light, and the lamppost is very heavy. So it can just destroy the direction in which you're going, and destroy your ability to get the actual strats. Now, Cyther's going to be going for the other approach.
There he goes. We got
very nicely. If anything, better than Vapo, because he picked up a drop in the act of actually trapping him. As Vapo gets a very nice first hit on Full Metal Jackass, which is the one swear word I think I'm allowed to use on speed gaming because it's actually the name of the mission.
Yeah.
Now,
and wow, a good full. These Vapo's run right now. I don't have his splits, but he's doing really good.
Yeah, very good Full Metal Jackass, Full Metal Jackass, Full Metal Jackass, Full Metal Jackass, but still just Full Metal Jackass.
Okay.
Okay, now Cyther here finishing up, picking up the laser gun. He goes for an alt-tab strat here so that he can run to the B to pick it up for 25 extra points. And his coins are looking pretty decent. I'm trying to think if Vapo's done anything that Cyther hasn't though. I can't think of anything that Vapo's picked up that would lose him time.
So this is Set to Kill, which is one of the hardest, like arguably the hardest mission to do casually. And even during speedrunning, it happened to Vapo. Bad.
I just really hope. Oh, Cyther getting very unfortunate there, actually hitting Skinner and slightly and pushing him in horizontally.
I wonder if he said
very, very difficult.
No?
Here. I think Cyther's going to do this, but he's going to do it very, very slowly.
Alright. So yeah, in this mission...
I just really hope that, like, neither of them miss a drop. Because that would be terrible if there was a drop there. And they missed
God
it.
forbid someone missed the 20... Oh no. And with hit and run, there's no way he'll be able to recover from this. I mean, just give Cyther the win right now, because how is he gonna... Oh. Epic jokes.
Oh, and he's falling back! Oh my god!
Hilarious jokes from the greatest commentators. Am I right, guys? Alright, but seriously...
acting with me, if necessary, guys.
But seriously, guys, that wasn't, that was pretty good. He didn't get busted during that one.
That's the first time that strat's ever been used ever. Fun fact. Okay, now we're gonna see if Vapo's gonna go for the boat jump. By the looks of things, the answer is no. He's just gonna go say.
Yeah, he's cruising with this run, so he's just gonna take it. Thankfully, there's not a lot of difficult things left to do. He's got one more mission. Jeez.
Okay, remember how I was saying earlier about never trust a snake? this is an example of a mission
I didn't play so
where
many
once you get to the new objective, you always get 50 seconds. So that's why we're actually picking up this drop later, because it's closer to the final point of the mission, which gives us slightly more time to finish it, because we're actually quite safe in the actual picking up all 25 drops, that we can pick up a drop later than usual in order to offset the risk coming up now. I think Cyther will be going for boat jump here, based on that setup by reversing and doing the reset.
Pretty brave
He
for
should get
Vapo
it.
to
I
go
think he'll
this
get
route,
it.
considering
He gets
how
it. That's 62
traffic.
points for Cyther.
Yeah, Cyther just got the boat jump, so he'll be able to get some extra coins that Vapo didn't get. I was gonna say, very brave of Rape. Oh,
Jesus
Vapo,
Christ!
fellas,
Oh my god!
fellas,
Let's just
forgive
take
me.
a moment and stop. Okay.
Forgive me. Good lord. Of course I had to make that slip on stream during the finals, but whatever. Vapo, I was gonna say,
Cythertime here?
very brave of him to take this route considering how traffic's been treating him earlier, but
Okay,
of
let's
course
see how
traffic's
this
been very
cutscene
nice.
skip goes.
during
This is
mission.
the final cutscene skip. Okay, let's see how he goes. Two frames in which he can get it. Vapo's pretty consistent on his cutscene skips, and he gets a third one. So we're currently on a 4 out of 5 cutscene skip basis. Cyther will be going for the intended route, and in this route, the alien car here is actually going to be destroying a box for him that he didn't pick up on the beat. So actually, I'd say Cyther's overcoined. He only needs 8 coins once the chase sedan picks up the box, assuming it does. And in fact, it doesn't even matter if it does or doesn't. His coins are fine.
And Cyther's going the quote-unquote normal way, which is, you know, I see more runners go the back way, but this way is faster if you know how to do it correctly. Though it can be a little tricky, but you also have to deal with less traffic, so it can be nicer to go the normal route through this. Meanwhile, Vapo's doing a pretty straightforward collect mission.
Cyther missing!
Oh no!
Okay,
Wow.
Vapo here is on a very, very comfortable cushion as far as his lead is concerned.
That is
Vapo's on a very good time
unfortunate.
here.
So, in order for Cyther to catch up now, Vapo might, if Vapo like drops waste, it might happen. But I'll just say I'm not hoping Vapo drops any waste. I don't want anyone to drop waste in a race like this.
Okay, now Vapo's here is going to be picking up the final thing we actually require coins for in the game. So now, from here, coins no longer matter. And to answer your question, C-Pry Brian, this isn't best of 3. If Cyther wins any race, he wins. If Vapo wins 2 races, he wins. So Vapo needs to win 2 in a row. We're going to see how Vapo... Oh wait, never mind. This is Long Black Probe, not something about Monty. Now I think Cyther here might be compelled to try the new out of bounds trap, because he is
That'd be
significantly
wild.
enough far behind that it might just be required.
Now, I don't know, I haven't been watching his streams lately, so I don't know if he's been practicing it, but that would be very interesting to see him go for if he did that. But I'd be surprised.
And we're just pausing Cyther's stream to sync up the 2 timers, just to give a true reflection of the distance between the 2 runners.
Yeah, I wonder what Cyther's time is going to be like if he got the 2 cutscene skips.
Well, the part 1 is about 56 seconds, and
Like 15, 40-ish.
I'd say we'd be looking at about 1 minute and 45 or so seconds in the difference.
So like
I'd say
without...
Cyther would be ahead without cutscenes.
They'd be really close without those cutscene skips, I think.
I think Cyther would be slightly ahead. If I remember correctly, Long Black Probes only takes about a minute 50 or so.
People were saying Vapo had wobbly...
No, he did.
car?
He did. No, it was wobbly 70 sports car, if I remember correctly.
All right.
Negative trajectory outcome.
So here comes the nuclear waste missions. And of course, you got to start out with the car with probably the worst handling of all the nuclear waste missions. And basically, I mean, it varies like how hard you can hit something based on like the mass of the car. And this is the least massive of all of them. It doesn't weigh much. So basically, if you hit something too hard, you drop the waste. And there's a lot of really dumb places you can hit things. I won't say them until Vapo is past them, but there's a pixel there you can hit and drop the waste on. And traffic can be really nasty over here. Alright, street light being really mean to Vapo, but thankfully not causing a drop. And of course, the final jump, depending on how risky you take it, can change things up.
Okay, now there's something about Monty. This is the last mission with any unique aspect to it. At the end, you're going to have to climb up nuclear power plant, which is a bit of platforming, which is really heckin' annoying, as everything in platforming is in this game. And Vapo will not be going for the new OOB, probably just relying on the fact that
no way.
He knows he's so far ahead. And he has been in the chat a few times, so I do think he is listening.
Okay. So now Cyther's on to
the tenacity of a lava boss. I never would have thought.
He really doesn't have that very easy to lose car there. Pretty much the same as every other escape mission that's really easy.
Yeah, I would say the main reason is because it actually heads straight into you. So you are essentially traveling in opposite directions for a moment.
Alright. Oh yeah, and of course hit and run is a real problem on this level. We haven't seen it yet, but here's the thing about hit and run. When you're on level 7, it's easier for the hit and run meter to fill up, and it drains a lot more slowly. So it builds up really fast. All you need to hit is like 4 pedestrians, and you're pretty much on a hit and run. Speaking of which,
they're getting hit and run. Okay,
now he is close to the finish, so
yeah, he's
it
not
shouldn't be a big deal.
There's no more police spawns that exist that can potentially get in his way. As Vapo going up the girder climb pretty safely.
Very lovely.
And we'll be doing the alt-tab strat
there
to actually run through this.
Alright, on to the next nuclear waste carrying mission. This time in the 70s sports car.
Let's see what Cyther goes for here. Will be, okay, going for normal strat, not going for the OOB.
Understandable.
I would say at this moment, not only does Vapo have to fail or drop the waste, but he needs to drop it in such a way that he cannot go back and get it. I think he has to. I think it'll have to even be on auto top 2 and 3, where you have to both go to the plant and back in order to give Cyther a chance, because I think there's a solid like 2 minutes in between them.
Really early too for Cyther.
It's not that risky. Should be fine.
As long as you don't have waste, it could always be worse. Alright, he's definitely trying to avoid the cops from spawning in front of him there. The cops can do some lovely little things, including spawning inside of the ramp, like in the what's it called, the basically where you jump over the water through the cemetery. That's what those things are called, cemeteries. But yeah, they can spawn inside of the ramp and in front of you, and you can drop your waste because of that. Although if you know ahead of time that they'll spawn there, you can avoid them. But new runners, they're gonna get sniped if that happens.
Vapo here getting the second catch me, and managing a low catch is pretty decent. Cyther here going through the platforming very, very quickly, looking quite good. Although it's the second half of the platforming that tends to trip people up as Vapo goes into auto top 2.
Return of the Bandit. Time to use the Bandit in a fun mission.
Okay, Cyther manages to get out. For me, it's the most pleasant car you actually drive in an autopsy. It's significantly more controllable than any of the other cars. Yeah, and unlike the 70 sports car, you hit something, it doesn't just totally alter your direction.
Though it is still relatively easy to drop waste if you hit something in this car. So you still got to be careful, and of course, hit and run can always throw you around.
Indeed.
But Vapo's been very careful with his hit and run so far, so it's been looking pretty good. Meanwhile, Scyther, I believe he's doing the 70 sports car Autopsy 1 mission. Yep. He's got a lot of damage, but since this is a nuclear waste mission, he's not going to be hitting anything anyways, or he shouldn't.
Hey, that's totally not supposed to happen.
And a small reminder that Vapo's PB is a 133.06, and I'd say he is on pace for a mid 132 right now.
Yeah, I was wondering what pace Vapo is on there, because this run's been really good so far. Just a little tap from the ghost ship. Just a little pat on the
Hearst just
pat
getting
on
in
the car.
very close way.
Yeah, traffic likes to scare you sometimes. He saw the hearse, he reset because he saw the hearse he was going to land on. Very smart.
Ooh, like, no.
Said they're going for another jump.
And managing the tractor being catch as Vapo is getting into the second half of the waste carry and has very, very good hit and run meter right now. Orc saying that there is a chance that he may be bought by Vapo, and to give you a little bit of perspective, Orc's PB is a 132.29, so that's the kind of time we're looking at right now, folks.
We'll see.
I'd say he's slightly beyond the chance. I mean, he's literally on, like, he can lose half a second and not stand a chance.
Alright, taking that jump very tight. Gets the
And
human cookbook.
Beautiful. So we're going to be subtracting 12 minutes off of Vapo's time in honor of the human cookbook. How to cook
He did
humans,
get
how
both
to
port
cook...
and
Sorry, go
cookbook, so it makes up for the plow jacket. Speedrun rules.
How to cook humans, how to cook for humans, how to cook 40 humans, how to cook for 40 humans. If y'all remember the episode that's a reference to.
Oh, Simpsons.
Yeah, it's
That's
almost
good.
like it's such a good show that we're playing a very poorly optimized game for 13 years down the line.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's a fun game. Funny game, too.
Cider with a bit of an iffy turnaround. Like the absolute ideal strat is that you swerve and crash the front of your car against the walls on the side of the opening to the power plant, and it forces you to turn around, and you basically are in a perfect position just to leave. It's very difficult though, and very precise. And Cider took a very long time turning around, and I would say we are just at a simple point of Vapo has to drop the waist so far away from the point he picks it up.
Basically, if he
no
chokes
time
the
to
last
return.
jump here, that's pretty much
He doesn't
what
have
it
to
would
just
take.
drop the waist. He has to fail at this point to give Cider any chance right now. And Vapo
Yeah.
has a very consistently brilliant end game, so I
I
doubt...
would definitely not wish any of that on Vapo right now.
Of course not, I wouldn't
Oh.
wish it upon him. I just want to say it for perspective on the gap between the
course.
two racers.
We're both hyping this.
I'd say now he is beyond the point where he can bop Orc right now. I don't think he can finish this mission in 30 seconds.
But he will get a
Okay.
PB as long as he doesn't, you know, blow the waist
Okay,
up.
we're at the point right about... As soon as he turns over and turns left, I'd say this is the point of no return. If you blow up the waist here, you do not have enough time to return. You will just have to reset the mission. So if he blows up the waist, Cider goes back ahead. And Vapo giving it away in the chat, typing in, I did it. So I assume
Alright.
that's a PB, I assume that's a
He
win.
did it. He dropped the waist. Scyther wins. No. All right,
Okay,
very
that's
good
a
run from
magnificent
Vapo.
catch.
Wow.
Well done, Vapo. Finishing the race with a 132.42, I believe that should be.
He
No, a
bopped Croc.
41. GG. Vapo now, indeed, bopping Croc by a grand 15 seconds. Croc, the old WR holder in this game,
Wow.
and regretfully, now inactive runner.
What a
and
run.
Mhm.
Now Scyther's going to be finishing up his Autopsy 3. Not too far behind, considering he had two cutscene misses there.
Indeed, and what this means is that we have a tomorrow to look forward to. Same time tomorrow.
Yeah, second
we will
time.
be back. I will
Gonna be
back.
different commentators though. You won't get me anymore. So
I will be here. I will be here for you all. I can only apologize.
It's okay. I'm happy to be here for this race. This was a really good race, especially for the finals.
Indeed. I'd say Cyther here is looking at like a 134.30 something here. Now, if Vapo doesn't go into the voice calls, and I doubt he'll be doing it now, so if you want to ask him any questions, feel free to ask in the chat, and he will answer. I have a question though for you, Vape. Okay, he's immediately answered the question as soon as I wanted to ask it. How does this feel? This feels like a dream, he says.
Rip Kima. Don't worry, I'll vomit on stream right now for you. No, okay.
Nah, you don't have to. Nah, Joshua, that's fine. I know I'm terrible. Okay, and we have joining us here, Cythertime. And I'll just say it done. Now, Cyther, we have another day of the tournament. The tournament lives another day. How do you feel?
Different.
How so?
Well, I mean, I didn't even know Vapo got a PB. Nice.
He did indeed.
Yeah.
132.41. Bopping Crop. Crop
You guys
losing
were
that
really-
sweet pad.
You guys were really close up until like the cutscene miss on end of part 2.
I would say though,
Yeah.
you had a very good race Cyther, considering Redneck Roundup fail.
Not really. Not really.
Redneck
If
Roundup
I
fail is significant.
no,
It was
no,
on the
no,
fifth
no, no,
round.
no, no, it was terrible. It was terrible. Obviously the first two scenarios were fine, but then I missed it, so it's not fine.
Mm-hmm.
For that 4-2 fail, I did everything I could possibly do. I knew he dropped it early, so I decided to not go for the vending machine, but then the car was in the way, and that was the end of that. Nothing I really could have done. And yeah, I can't explain what happened for the cutscene skip in level 6. I can't explain it. Just paused out of it.
How do you feel about your sellout? It was a 640 if I recall.
Oh, I don't care. It's gone out the window. Vapo, I'm yeah.
You guys
It's gonna be interesting tomorrow.
How do you think you feel? Do you think you still feel like you can win, or do you think it's really
What
up
on
and
what
down?
on earth are you talking about? Of course I can win. If I don't think I can win, I just forfeit. What? Yes, I can win, and I will win because I will exact revenge? Question mark. But no, Vapo, solid run, mate. Solid run. Good job.
All right. Well, I don't have any good questions for you, so I don't see anything in the chat. But yeah, that was. I think chat like that. Well, I think the worst thing about that was probably me and our jokes in some of the levels. But apart from that, really solid for finals race.
So the bracket gets to the end. We have the double elimination tournament in which every single racer has lost at least once. We still have our first and second. We still have Cyther and Vape, but we just don't know who's who. Now I'm being asked by Joshua, the speedrunner. I just keep saying speedrunning. Speed gaming volunteer, who has been very, very good to us, and that there's a fall tournament at 3:15 p.m. I assume that's EST. And I'll be back tomorrow alongside Ask Jordan Toombs, and Cyther and Vape will be back tomorrow, racing at 1 p.m. EST, I believe 10 a.m. PST, and 1 p.m. or 6 p.m. sorry, BST. So I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I'd like to thank Capes for co-commentating, and Cyther and Vapo for the fine race.
Yeah, thank you everybody. I'm gonna be going to have a good rest of the day or night, depending where you live. I'll see y'all.
And don't forget to stay hydrated, everyone.
All right. Goodbye.